Here we are. Another day, and not once have I had to know the difference between an oxymoron and an onomatopoeia. Not once have I used the Pythagorean theorem, not even a little. And not once has Alex Trebek come up to me and asked, for $1 million, can you tell me about Theodore Roosevelt's foreign policy? So really, if Alex Trebek isn't going to expect me to know that good old Teddy liked a big stick policy, then what's the point of learning all that stuff that we learned in school? I mean, 12 years of education, and only in the past 2 weeks have I learned, 1, how to determine which stocks I should invest in, 2, what a stock really even is, 3, the most cost-effective way to pay off my debts, and 4, what that tumble dry low button means on my washing machine. Just kidding about that last one. I still don't know what it means. Well, all joking aside, the truth is that our 12 years of pre-collegiate education have been incredibly important. Not just because we learned how to figure out that the sine of pi over 6 equals 1/2. Not just because we learned how to recite every preposition in the English language to the tune of Yankee Doodle. And not just because we know the difference between can I and may I go to the bathroom. Rather, our education is important because as we are in the process about learning about math and science and history and art and language, we are in the process of learning about ourselves, who we are not, and who we hope to be. So while the exact powers and responsibilities of the judicial branch might not have you on the edge of your seat, they might actually be interesting to that future Supreme Court justice sitting just a few seats away. And while it may seem silly for you to have to know all the organs of the human body or how to properly change the blade on a scalpel, it might not be quite as silly to the future neurosurgeon sitting a couple of rows ahead. But of course, they probably don't know yet that those are their futures. All I know now is that they enjoy Miss Morbid's government class, or that they're secretly excited as they head to biology and breathe in that delightful perfume of dead cat and formaldehyde. Yeah, you're not going to find that at Bath & Body Works. The reality is that after 18 years of life, only a few of us can say with certainty what it is that we want to do. The majority of us, myself included, can only say with certainty what it is that we don't want to do. And that's okay. Life is mysterious. But then again, the most beautiful things often are, myself included. High school is really where we discovered our likes and our dislikes, our strengths and our weaknesses. As of this moment, on the cusp of graduating, we are all possessed of the basic foundations needed to pursue any career. Truly, at this moment, we can do anything. Be anything. Doctor, lawyer, artist, teacher, poet, Shakira. The list goes on. And with all those possibilities comes the freedom of choice, which is perhaps the greatest gift that Plano Senior has given to us. That we are not just assembly line citizens. We are not interchangeable, nor are we exchangeable. We are each unique. We all think and dream and act in unique ways. And as such, we each have something unique to contribute to the world. The thing is, you won't blaze a path just by knowing facts that other people don't. That's Google's job. Rather, you'll blaze your path by being able to do things that other people can't do, by seeing things in a way that others normally wouldn't. And that requires the analytical capability and the capacity for creativity that we've learned in the classroom, even though they weren't explicit parts of any lesson plan. For example, you can calculate how much it would cost to buy 60 cantaloupes at $3 a piece. I mean, we all learned how to solve that kind of problem in elementary school. And if you paid really close attention, you might even be able to figure out how to calculate the volume of each cantaloupe and see if you could fit all 60 in the trunk of your car. But the unwritten question, the one that you won't find on any algebra quiz or on any tax test, is that once you get those 60 cantaloupes home, what will you do with them? And this is where we take our education and really make it our own. A future business owner may craft a plan to resell those cantaloupes for a profit. A future English professor might choose to write a short story about those cantaloupes, because of course, they obviously are a deeply significant symbol of the protagonist's inner turmoil, somehow. A future scientist might investigate the effect of the cantaloupe's high antioxidant concentration on the mitigation of metabolic syndrome. And any future Lady Gagas out there might just make them into a dress. So you see, education isn't just the filling of a brain. Education is the shaping of a mind. And you can quote me on that. So to all those who played such a big part in our education, thank you. Thank you to our teachers for giving up your weekends to grade papers, for holding tutorials, and for passing out tissues to those of us who magically transform into fountains of snot on test days. We know we don't thank you enough, but be comforted in the fact that your annual salary is more than LeBron James earns in a whole entire week. Probably. Thank you, parents, for teaching us, 1, that we are all smart and independent and brave. 2, that when the going gets tough, the tough get going, and we don't mean in the opposite direction. And 3, that Axe is not, has never been, and hopefully will never be a replacement for a shower and a decent bar of soap. Thank you to Ms. Watkins, to our wonderful counselors and sub-school faculty, to our lunch ladies and gentlemen, to our copy moms, to our janitors, and our mailman and our police officers. Thank you, Sparknotes, son of Citation, and Salman Khan. Thank you to the class of 2014 for the absolutely unforgettable legacy you are leaving. And finally, thank you, Plano Senior High. Thank you, PISD, not just for giving us these little rolls of paper proving that we've made it through high school, but for giving us the skills to help us make it in life. Thank you.